Hi, I'm Leighton, and I just wanted to bring a few words of encouragement. 2020 has been a very different year for all of us. None of us, I don't think, could say that we thought anything like what has happened with coronavirus would happen in 2020. And it caused me to think about a few things. And I thought, wow, the word challenging has come to my mind many times as we've tried to overcome late freight, for instance, mail that just doesn't seem to want to turn up, and all those sort of things that just really irritate us. The fact that we've had to think about where we could go and what we could do and how we do it and wear a mask and all that sort of stuff. It's just been a big year. And I was watching something on television and I saw a metal worker, and it reminded me of when I did my metal class way back many years ago at Shepparton North Technical College, actually. And I was in the metal class, and our teacher was a good teacher, and I enjoyed metalwork, and we were working with aluminium, and we're each given a sheet of aluminium, and we're going to make a bowl. And I think some of the guys might have back then made an ashtray, but I wanted to make a bowl because nobody in our house smoked. And anyway, the first thing that we had to do was actually make this stiff, hard sheet of aluminium malleable so that we could shape it. And you do that with aluminium, by annealing it. And you anneal aluminium by applying heat to it. And the process goes something along from memory that you get a texture and you draw on it, and then you apply heat evenly until the texture basically disappears, and then you let it cool down. And then when you go to work the aluminium, it's actually quite pliable and flexible and malleable. And so I, work with this sheet of aluminium, and I beat it into a shape, and I made a fruit bowl. Well, a bowl. I call it a fruit bowl because over the years, when I took it home, Mum was so proud of me, as mums are, and she used it for bits and pieces sometimes, and sometimes for fruit. And there was many different uses that I got in the house. Sometimes I was so excited when I would see we were having visitors, and Mum would give it a great scrub up and just nicely place a bunch of grapes in it on the table or something like that. And it was just wonderful that that piece of aluminium became so useful. And I think that is the same with us. We go through challenges in life. We have the heat applied to us. We become flexible if we trust God. We become malleable if we put our faith in Him, and we allow Him to be the potter's hand. We allow Him to be the one who shapes us and bends us and moulds us into the person that He wants us to be. It's not a matter of He forces us to do anything. He's not that sort of God, but He chooses to give us opportunity to be the person that He wants us to be, and He knows we can be. If you want to know about someone in the Bible who went through a lot, then read the book of Job. Because Job was a wealthy man with a big family and a lot of land and a lot of animals, and he was just a very, very well-to-do man, and he loved God, and he trusted God, and he had complete faith in God. And the devil wanted to take it all away, and God said, okay, go ahead. If you think that's going to stop Job having faith in me, you go ahead. And so you read the story. Job went through the ringer. If you think coronavirus was bad, have a read of Job. And at the end of it, his faith was strong, and God was able to give it all back to him. So, during this year, it has been challenging. It has been different. We've had to stop doing some things. We've had to try and find other things to do. I hope you've made the best of it. I hope your faith is in God. I hope that you have been enjoying finding other things to do. But through it all, I hope your faith is strong. And so I hope you've been able to trust God that we will come through this, and that, little things that now seem so big, like meeting together at church. It was not a little thing, but to us it was something we did every week, and it just happened, and then all of a sudden it had to stop. Well, we'll be able to do that again one day. God will give that back to us as well. And so bless you all. Thank you for taking a few minutes out with me.